Uh, hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Today is Sunday, May 2nd, 2021. We're starting our 57th week of dealing with this bat flu pandemic madness. Stay at home, wear a mask, uh, avoid your friends, stock up on food, go stir crazy. I don't need to tell y'all, we all going through it, right? Right now in Jacksonville, Florida, it is 81 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Humidity is at 69%, and that would be 27 degrees Celsius. Oh, where to start? Where to start? I guess just dig right on in. The Brat Boogie may have seen her last run. I hope not, but there's a bad clunky noise coming from the motor somewhere. It sounds suspiciously like a rod bearing. There are a few other options, a few things that have been said that mimic that. We'll be checking out over the next couple of days, but it doesn't sound good. So, I mean, we could try a couple of band-aids because it's just now starting to make noises. It's a lot of work to replace the oil pump and the oil pan. Replace the oil pan, or think, Doc. To replace the oil pump, the whole front of the car has to come off. The radiator, all that other stuff. All the power steering and air conditioning and everything else has to come off because the oil pump is on the front of the motor, and then the oil pan has to come out in order to get the oil pump off. And to get the oil pan out, you have to jack the motor up, take off the front steering rack, and it's a job and a half. And there's no guarantee that it would work. So, the other option is maybe another motor. The problem is, Chevrolets of that year and that motor had a problem with the number 5 cylinder not getting the proper oil down at the rod and crank. So they're known to go out around 140,000 miles or thereabouts, and I'm at 138 and a half. So, not looking good. I don't know what I want to do. You can't find a halfway decent vehicle for cheap. They're all $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. So, today I got to get out there. I got to take the scooter off the back of the van, and then I'm going to take the van over to my daughter's house and put the mattress and stuff up in her garage, so I can reconvert the back of the van into a seat and be able to haul the brats for the next couple of weeks. Fuel mileage. It's gonna hit me hard in the pocketbook. It's just That's just the way it is, I guess. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just go and borrow the daughter's truck and go get the kids in her truck. At least a couple days a week. So we'll have to see. But yeah, it's not. Man. Not what I wanted, of course. Not, I've known it in the back of my head that it was a possibility, but I don't know. So I don't know what I'm going to do to come up with the money to get a replacement. So it's kind of funny. I was just thinking the other day. Actually, I ordered some some stickers, holographic, not holographic. Anyway, they're called eggshell stickers. And supposedly, when you put them on, like you can't just peel them back off again, and they come off in little itty bitty pieces, and they're supposed to be um, weather resistant, and it's kind of a mottled purple, bronze, gold, whatever. I'll show you when they come in, but I was thinking about doing those and just doing like little pieces of art and or just my name or something to that effect, and then seeing if they would sell. So, but even at $10 each, I'd have to sell a lot of them, and that ain't gonna happen. I was just thinking to put a little bit of gas money in my pocket. Uh, so I don't know. I'll think of something, I reckon. End up borrowing money off of one of the kids and having to pay them back or something like that. So it is what it is, right? Ain't nothing but a saying. Anyway, so that's kind of what's like all that's in my head at the moment. Um, I don't know about. I gotta turn that air conditioning on. So it's getting warm in here. Come on, there we go. What's this thing saying that we're at? 78. uh, so, yeah, that's where we are with that. I don't know, excuse me, where we're going. I'll keep you all informed. But tomorrow the van's got to go to my one son's house, the Hart son. Well, actually, he'll go over here tonight. He'll take it to work and fix or charge the air conditioning system, and we'll try to get that up and running. It really needs to be a tube needs to be replaced. It's got a small leak, but it'll last for most of the summer before it needs to be refilled again. So again, it's one of them things. What do we do? I just handed the boys the money to put um, new springs and shocks on the front of the van in order to bring the front end up. And I mean, literally, the day before the Trailblazer started knocking, but that was only $250, I think, $220. So, we'll have to see. But it is what it is. So, on a lighter note, some time ago, the little guy, he's 4, was telling a story that um, he swore was true, and his granny um, did this or said this or something or whatever. And I said, I'm going to call your granny and find out. And it was dead silence back there. So the other day, I was talking and teasing them that their Uncle JD has a monkey cage out in the garage for when they come over to stay. And the little guy pops up and says, I'm going to call Uncle JD and check on you. They are a trip. They really are. And they remember things. They're very attentive. Like, why is there a bag on your front seat? because I had, I stopped and got tacos last night and, haven't found the trash can to throw them into. Or my little portable internet device here. They had asked me about it when I first got it, was playing with it. After I picked them up at school, I was turning it off and I asked them. And then the other day, I was doing basically the same thing. I picked it up and I was turning the power off. And the 5-year-old popped up and says, "What is that, Pop?" "Oh yeah, I remember. That's your internet access." I said, "Yeah." So, like I said, they're very attentive and they do catch on quick. Uh, they still ask if we're gonna go to a park and not mom's park. So, of course, they're still at the age that they don't have a sense of time. So if you tell them, "Sure, we'll go next week," well, the next day for them it's the next week. So they're going to ask, or maybe they're just asking in the hope that Pop will forget that he said next week and we'll go today. But anyway, so it's Sunday. It's the regular, along with everything else. It's the regular. I got to strip the bed and all that good stuff. So do a load of bed clothes and then a load of wash. So I'm ready for the week. Um, I was teasing the 110-year-old last week. It seems like every time I saw him, he was wearing this one shirt with a spider on it. And he said it's just, it's the first thing that pops up. And I totally understand that because I basically live out of my dryer. I've got a big old pile of clothes sitting in front of the dresser. I've got clothes in the dresser, but I wash a week's worth of clothes, throw them in the dryer, and then I basically just live out of the dryer. It's not like I don't need a whole lot of dress shirts and slacks or anything like that. So shorts and track pants and t-shirts and shirts like this. Um, I get by. Anyway, so I think if you watched my tour of, um, excuse me, Castaway Island Preserve, you saw me uh, take the scooter up the ramp and go. um, I realized one thing that I can do. I have a drop hitch that will drop the, the carrier down about 5 inches, and that should be enough that when the ramp comes down, it'll put it at enough of an angle that the scooter doesn't get caught right there and stop dead. um, that was that was what happened. I got up halfway up the ramp and it stopped. The front wheels went up in the air, literally off the carrier ramp, and it just all the weight, of course, is on the back because that's where the motor, the batteries, and the fat old man are. So it didn't have a whole lot of choice other than to slowly roll backwards and stand up. But anyway, I won't do that again. Even when I have it where it's a little bit more level, I'm not going to ride it up on there. I thought about it after it happened. I was like, "You get up on there, Doc. How you going to get off?" So it's it's just as easy for me to stand next to it and hit that handle and let it ride up there by itself. So, and actually, probably easier because then I don't have to try to figure out how to get off of it. Uh, anyway, so that's another reason to take the scooter off the back. I'll get the. I gotta bring the pillows in. I'm not gonna leave all my pillows over there. I'm not real crazy about putting my mattress over there, but I don't have a whole lot of choice. Um, I don't have the room here for it. If it's going to be a couple of weeks, if it's just going to be a week, 10 days, I could figure out a place to put it here. But well, then again, maybe I don't know. I might be able to put it in Chamber of Chaos. Wouldn't take much to be able to get back there. But I've got, I don't know, half a dozen pillows or more. Um, and then my blankets and all the other stuff. So it's gonna be a mess. Maybe I will just bring it all in here. Get it back in the Chamber of Chaos. Should be room. I fold up the cot that's in there. It should go in there with no problem. But so that'll save me a trip tonight or a trip today. Maybe. May go over there anyway just because, but we shall see what we shall see. In the meantime, I guess that pretty much brings us up to date, right? The thing with running vlogs all the time is, you don't really have a whole lot to talk about. I've got various little things that are running around in my head that I want to get done, and then they don't get done. Like yesterday, I was thinking about going for that scooter ride, and then cooking something up there at the park. But I got new windshield wipers in, and I couldn't get them on, so I had to go over to the son's house and get him to give me a hand. I got one on, but the other one it was fighting me. I couldn't get it. So I went over there, and that ended up killing like an hour and a half. And we got into talking about what to do about the brat buggy, and anyway. It all comes back to that, right? But yeah, and it's, the past, I've said this before, you get ideas in your head to do something, and then something comes up and it just doesn't come to fruition. But other little things that I've had in mind to get done, and just don't have the time. It's another one of those plans in my head, or whatever. I can see it up here, but it doesn't pop out. I want to get out more. I want to get out and do a few more camp style cooking, or on the side of the road type cooking. I've got several ideas with this thing. This is a silverware holder, type of a hobo stove. I think it's actually bigger around than most of the hobo stoves, but the price was right. And yeah, so like I said, there's a couple of ideas going on with that. A couple of ideas on modifying it. I watched Mark Young. He's a guy out of Canada who does all kinds of reviews on stoves and whatever. And he had built one. I liked a couple of the modifications he made, so I may go ahead and copy those. And then just using different fuels in it and seeing how they cook and how they work, and etc. Different types of lamps or cookers. Like this small one's got three little burners. I've got a can in here, or jar in here, Oh, come on, Doc. It's bigger. This is a small chopped garlic jar. Where I could put 4 short little burners on that. There's this little tin. I may have actually already shown that last week. But, again, it's one of those things that's like, it's up there, it's in the plans. Just when do I put it all together? Um, I don't know. It is what it is. I am going to go ahead and cut this off here and get started on what I need to get started on today. Because it ain't going to get done by itself, right? Sometimes you can put things off and put things off. Other times, they got to get done. And this is one of those times where it's got to get done. So, let me know what you think, folks. Give me a thumbs down or thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be fandoculous. If your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised our next breath. So I see y'all again. I hope you have a fandoculous day. Slouchy, y'all.